Hello everyone, welcome to your full body yoga class. Today I am MaKenzie and today we are going to get started right into class. We are going to be using props throughout class, so if you have some blocks, maybe a couple sturdy books or a water bottle, go ahead and grab those and place them off towards the sides of your mat. Also, a blanket or a pillow might come in handy if you would like to elevate your hips a little bit. So when you are ready, have all your props set and ready to go, let's get started right into class. So we'll come down towards the back of our mat. If you have any blocks or your books, go ahead and set them off towards the side as we find a seat towards the back of the mat, crossing our legs out in front, placing our hands on our knees as we start to make some gentle circles with our hips. So shifting our weight forward, coming clockwise around, maybe pressing into the tops of our knees gently as we make some circles. Starting to make movements through the whole body and other direction. Getting some nice movement in, making this as big or as small as you would like. And coming back towards center. Sweeping both arms up ahead. Grabbing one hand to the opposite wrist, reaching off towards our right as we begin to open up through our left side body, drawing the shoulders away from our ears, moving through center to the other side. Feeling this stretch on the right side now, and coming back up towards center, releasing our hands and bringing our other hand to the other wrist, reaching towards our right once again, tucking the ribs in as we extend and move through center to the other side. Feeling the spine grow long as we start to warm everything up and back towards center. Release our hands as we move into a twist. So drawing our left hand on top of our right knee as we sweep the right hand behind. Keeping our weight light on our right fingertips. Making sure we're not pinching our shoulders towards our ears, keeping our spine nice and long. Stay here with your right hand on the ground, or maybe reach your right hand up overhead for another twist variation. From wherever you are, unwind, reaching long up ahead, moving into the other side. So right hand towards your left knee as your left hand sweeps behind. Sitting up tall through the spine. Staying here or reaching your left arm up and over. And unwind, reaching the arms long. And then bringing your hands on top of your blocks as you crawl your hands behind. From here, we are going to be pressing into our blocks to lift up. So bring your blocks wherever it's most comfortable for you. Drawing your hands on top, finding some stability through your hands as we begin to press up for a Camel Variation. Our legs are crossed with a wide stance. You can keep your chin tucked in or drop your head back if that's comfortable for you. Feeling the front of your body open and release back down. Drawing our blocks out towards the side. As we extend both legs long, we keep our hands on our blocks as we crawl forward, coming into a forward fold, pointing all 10 toes towards the sky. Maybe using the blocks to help elevate our hands a little bit, or just bringing our hands to the mat. Remember, you can always keep a slight micro bend in your knees to focus more into your low back, stretching out through that area. From wherever you are, come to rise, placing the blocks off towards the side. Sitting up tall and then bending into your right knee, drawing your right foot onto the mat. As we clasp our hands around the sole of our right foot, beginning to pick up our leg. Hugging our knee in towards our side body, feeling the compression. As we bring our left hand to the outside of our right foot, starting to straighten out our leg as much as it is comfortable as we open our right arm back. Notice where you feel this stretch. And then releasing the right ankle on top of our left knee, coming into a figure four, forward fold. Releasing your head, your neck down, feeling the stretch. And come to rise, releasing your right leg long, moving into the other side. So bending into your left knee as we draw our hands around the sole of our left foot and begin to pick up our foot. Maybe drawing our right hand to the outside, starting to straighten out our leg as we peel our left arm open. Noticing the stretch, finding a steady gazing point. It's okay if our leg isn't completely straight, just moving as far as it is comfortable for you. And then come to release left ankle on top of your right knee as we forward fold once again. Drawing your hands wherever it's most comfortable. And come to rise. Unwind your legs, swing your legs behind you, coming into a tabletop. Making sure your shoulders are above your wrists, hips are above your knees. We're going to move through a couple rounds of cow and cat. So together, on your next breath in, roll the shoulders down and back, gazing forward as we peel our chest open for cow. And then exhale, pressing into our hands, tucking our tailbone under for cat. Inhale, cow, gazing forward, feeling a gentle scoop through our lower back. Exhale, cat, pressing into our hands, feeling the space in between our shoulder blades expand. One more time each way. Inhale, cow, gazing forward, opening up through our chest. Exhale, cat, pressing into our hands, tucking our tailbone under, and back towards the tabletop. Move our hands a couple inches forward on the mat as we slide our right knee towards our right hand, kicking our foot off to the left, moving down into a pigeon pose. This is a pretty deep pose, so if you need something under your right hip, go ahead and grab it. Maybe a blanket or a block to help elevate the hip. You can stay here sitting up tall or release down onto your elbows. Releasing the head, really noticing where you feel the stretch. Breathing through any areas of tightness and tension. From here, rise up onto your hands if you folded forward, removing any pillow, blankets, or blocks you have under your knees, releasing back into your tabletop, and then moving straight into the other side. So drawing your left knee towards your left hand, finding your way into a pigeon pose on this side, taking any blocks or props, placing it underneath your left hip as we begin to fold into this pigeon. Moving as far down as it is comfortable for you. Finding what works, what feels best. And remembering to breathe into the tight and tense areas. Maybe moving down a little bit farther as space begins to open, always finding that edge. And come to rise onto your hands if you folded forward. Release the blankets or blocks, whatever props you had underneath, as we begin to pivot, opening up towards the side of our mat. Now with our right leg reaching long, extend our left leg long as we move into a wide-legged forward fold. If you'd like any blocks straight on in front, you can use that as we fold forward, maybe using the block as a rest for our head. Remembering to only move as far as it is comfortable for you. And come to rise, drawing our legs in together, bending our knees, planting our feet into the floor. If you have blocks, you can draw them behind you once again. As we begin to press into our hands and into our feet, lifting our hips up for a reverse table. From wherever you are, slowly release down onto your bottom, crossing your legs once again, drawing your hands on top of your knees as we begin to make some gentle movements through our neck. So dropping our chin down to our chest And then gently rocking our head from one shoulder to the other. Maybe making some full circles if you are comfortable with that. Moving in one direction and then switching, moving into the other direction. And come towards center, finding stillness. Keeping our hands on top of our knees or drawing our hands towards the center of our lap. Beginning to sit up nice and tall as we move into our final pose together for a mini shavasana. You can keep your eyes open or maybe softly close your eyes. Taking a second to notice how you're feeling at the end of our class. Notice how your body's feeling, any of the tight areas that we may have worked through. And then taking a moment to thank yourself for the intentional movements and the time you made for yourself. A couple more rounds of breath here. You can stay here for as long as you would like, or maybe start to blink your eyes open, drawing the palms of your hands together as we gently bow our forehead down to meet our fingertips, to sealing the end of our practice together.